So, I mean, how could you fit this in your pocket, where it was actually not intended to fit in your pocket? When you're on a blind date, you want to put this on your table and let the opponent know that you are driving Audi. What about this Porsche lighter? And oh my God, look at the Mercedes consumer. We specialize in understanding the behaviors, like previous behaviors, and really trying to understand deep down what their mentality is. Once we understand their mentality, we try to take that into future concepts, and that is our mission. We focus on Gangnam as our inspiration site. So mainly because Gangnam is home of trends and also luxury goods. We looked at many different people doing qualitative, in-depth research. And we came up with 3 mythical values. The first one was power posing, which is, let's say you go on a date and you say, hey, hop on my shared car. That is your first and last date. Car sharing has never been a mass success. So far, not yet, in Korea. Mainly because people say that they have hygienic issues. But when you actually probe them, you understand that they have shamefulness about sharing things. So there's a different threshold in terms of how much you can share within Korea and other countries as well. So our initial thought was, in the future, when the engine gets very minimized, why not modularize the car, but modularize it so you have your own personal cockpit, and then you can actually share the car, which brings more economics, where you can have maybe 70% of the cars to serve 100% customers. And also, it can be well maintained without you being engaged, but you still keep your territory around you without sharing. As we looked into premium opportunity, we thought 2 precise movements. One is that people are seeking to upgrade from A1, A2, A3, A4, probably up to A19, however high you can go. And one thing about this upgrader is that they would never downgrade. Once you buy an Audi A4, rarely you would ever buy A3. Good news. But once you reach a threshold, people seek to differentiate. They don't want to be mixed with the emerging premium segment. So this segment tends to differentiate sideways, which we call side grading. But tangible upgrading has limits, so we thought, why not use some intangible ways to further upgrade or side grade, which was one membership idea, that you can actually donate things socially. One idea is that when you go on a business trip, you can actually, for 2 weeks, you can actually lend your car to another person who really needs it for 2 weeks and have them utilize it. In return, you get mileage points. And the idea here is that you are able to express your mileage points, which is your win, and be socially recognized and promoted, which will continuously motivate you to contribute to society. Second chapter is about empowerment. Yes, autonomous driving, piloted driving is coming. And also, it's not just going to be one technology layer, but many different layers of car orchestration, proximity sensors, adaptive technology. When you combine all this high technology, you will have much better mobility experience in the future. Mobility in the future will be the most private space in your life, and driving to work will be the best time of the day. So it will be beyond imagination when you don't need crush zones, bumpers, less protection, less in-vehicle regulations, also more minimized engine, that you will have more freedom within the same footprint. In addition, you also have other technologies like smart lamination glass, where you're able to laminate different functions into the glass. When you have the smart glass or smart shell, you can have scalable privacy. You can have the safari mode. You can have the conventional bathtub mode. My favorite is the sneak mode because I like to watch birds. And then you can also have secret mode because I like to read books. But not only that, in the future, I mean, mobility is not only about going from point A to point B. I mean, there is flavor to that, which is when you look at the mental models, you can see that people want speed sometimes. They want to look at good scenes. They want a smooth ride. For one example, I mean, you don't want to miss out on thrill in the future because you're not driving the car. So why not try a roller coaster experience, which is you can drive to work, but you can drift as well. Maybe a little bit more empowerment, where you provide the controllability to people, that if there's less traffic zone, that your manual driving capability scales up, that you're able to manipulate your car more better. But when the traffic's heavy, due to safety, you're tied up and constrained. Third chapter is about urban balance. As we watch the market, this nomad effect came up many times for many reasons. You see people tenting out in Han River, even though Han River does not allow you to sleep over. So they tent out, and sometimes they bring tents out that are about $2,000 or $3,000 with 2 or 3 rooms, even though they're not sleeping in it. And it becomes a rat race, a competition for everyone. So we thought, what's the fundamental reason that people are trying to move around? And then when you live in this tight, dense city like Seoul, you do seek life balance. And one way is actually to relieve that is why try to separate relief and the city? Why not have amusement be in the city? So when your car's modular like this, your cockpit will be much lighter because you can do optimized 3D fiber printing, which will make it much lighter. And also, when you're dealing with less in-vehicle safety regulations, it will be about 1/3 of the weight, where it means that you can have a ferry wheel and you can park your car on a ferry wheel. And the longer it spins, the better man you are. Yes, in the future, we have small innovations like parking, but I think we believe that this will make a big difference in terms of being able to enjoy your life, because mobility in the future will be the best place to be, and it will be the best time of your day. So Youngju wasn't here today, but he's the designer. Thanks to Professor Cho. And thank you, Shen.
Thank you very much, Sung-Hul Kwan.